Okay, so it's an alternating series. I'm seeing that clearly. So I'm going to use the alternating series test for it, AST. So looking at that, I'll write down AN for you. What's AN? AN is actually 1 over the root of n plus 1. And there's two things I need to state. The limit, as n goes to infinity, of AN is equal to 0. That's certainly true. As n goes off to infinity, that limit's going to be 0. The other thing I need to state is that AN, and again, we have to maybe do a little bit of work on this one over here, is somehow related to AN plus 1, right? Alternating series test. And really what am I kind of showing over here? And for this one over here, let's see, we need to show that AN plus 1 is going to be less than AN, or equal to it. Let's take a look at it. What do you get over here? Let's write AN down. It's going to be this over here. And then what do you get over here? 1 over the root of n plus 2. That doesn't look too bad to do. Root of n plus 2, root of n plus 1, square both sides, n plus 2, n plus 1, 2 greater than or equal to 1. That's certainly true, by the way. So this has been verified as well, all right? So I'm going to say all good for AST. So it's convergent by the AST. This is convergent. And we use the AST. I want to look at absolute convergence, though. So I'm going to get my eraser out, and we're going to look at the absolute convergence of this thing over here. And I got suspicions that this is not going to converge absolutely. So let's write this one down. Look at the absolute value. So it's going to be n equals 1 to infinity. And then over here, I'm going to say absolute value of this thing would just be this over here. Right? I'm going to say this one compares nicely to this one over here, which I know is divergent. And that's going to be root n. Right? This is divergent p-series. And I'm going to use the limit comparison test. All right? So the limit as n goes to infinity, 1 over root n, 1 over root n plus 1. I need to simplify that to make sense out of it. This is limit n goes to infinity. This would be the root of n plus 1, that's infinity, over root n. I need to simplify a little bit further. Limit n goes to infinity. This is the root. Well, n plus 1 over n is going to be 1 plus 1 over n. And what's that limit going to be? It's going to be 1. So what do I know about? By the limits comparison test, I know that this series also diverges. All right? So it's conditionally convergent. And that's important, that we're able to determine that this series here, certainly convergent by the AST, but I moved on, and I also said it's conditionally convergent by looking at the limit comparison test of the absolute values. Thank you.